In an atmosphere like that, in an environment like that, it was really incredible. You don't really know what's inside you in life or football until you get tested. And I thought we got tested tonight. We found out a lot about our team. We're far from perfect, and we got to get a lot better. But they'll fight you, man. They'll fight you over and over again. And there were some really large hearts out there tonight. One, DeAndre Swift, who ran the ball with passion, guts, and just relentless effort. The effort and leadership of a Jake Fromm to third down scramble and take 2 hits and almost get a first and manage the game really beautifully. And then the defense to rise up and keep playing past a bunch of injuries, a couple injuries on offensive line, and I'm just proud of our guys, man. So much emotion in that locker room, so much effort, and really hate for Notre Dame, who has an unbelievable team and played a great game, to have to lose that game.
You know, we needed a little bit of adversity. We got it, and it was great. I think the team's really gonna bond after this moment and really learn how to handle these situations and play great.
He played really well. I mean, I thought that he managed the game, and there were some times the shot clock was down on him, the play clock, and we always talk about with this kid, you got to give him a chance to work. You got to let him make decisions, and we didn't do that real well tonight. We didn't allow him the time to do what he does best, and we got to do a better job managing that as coaches. But I mean, Jake takes things that are broke and fixes them. He makes wrongs right, and I'm glad he's on our team because he's a leader. He's a commander-in-chief. I mean, the guy makes good decisions.
Whether it's Notre Dame or Vandy week 1 on the road, or Austin Peay or Arkansas, or Murray State or Arkansas State, it doesn't matter who we're playing. I want to try and treat every game the exact same way. When you have that approach and that mentality, you give every rep the amount of respect and attention to detail it deserves. So I was just trying to think, go out and do my job and do everything that I can to help the team win today.
Just clutch. I mean, Mr. Consistency, and it's a pleasure to have it. I mean, it's like Jake. You go through your life coaching, and you may only have 1 or 2 Rodrigos, and he's clutch, and he loves it, and he wants to be in the limelight. He wants to have the pressure on him. Oh, unbelievably important. I mean, you think about that game. You think about the botch snap on one drive. I mean, they impacted the game tonight more than I've ever seen a game impacted, not only here but anywhere, where they just affected the game with the false starts and the different things, and it burnt their timeouts. It's a different game if they're calling timeout at the end of the game to get the right play, right personnel, maybe get guys fresh. And now they don't have them, and the clock's running because they burned them earlier because of the crowd noise caused them to. So it was definitely the 12th man today, and we certainly needed it. We showed the guys Matt Hughes, Frank Trigg UFC fight, and in the end of the fight, he says, you're never out of the fight. You're never out of the fight. He came back from having been down and almost in a submission position, and he just said, you're never out of the fight. And that's what we talked about all week. We were never out of the fight. And then at halftime, we knew we weren't out of the fight. The whole game, our kids kept saying, you're never out of the fight.